Hello, everybody. This is Bhargav. We're gonna discuss attendance tracking policy today. So I see people are joining it. Let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes and we'll start the session. Right. So good evening again. Hope you're all doing good. We are back again with our webinar sessions, and as you are all aware, we're gonna discuss on attendance tracking policy, the configuration, and we're gonna give you some best practices that has been followed. So let me tell you what is a tracking policy. So people usually get confused between two things. Uh, those are attendance capture scheme and the tracking policy. So capture scheme is something which allows you to capture your attendance. Like you can configure in which way you're gonna capture your attendance. Like you're gonna do it in biometric or through mobile app or through work from home on duty. So the ways of capturing the attendance is called attendance capture scheme, and the tracking policy is something uh, where you can track your attendance of your employees. So let's say you want to make sure all your employees should be on time. So we have a tracking policy for that, where you can set how many times they can come late and what is the grace period and everything. Similarly, we have, yeah, I guess my video is good and audio as well. Cool. So yeah, so that is what is something called the tracking policy. So let me share my screen and help you out. How does we configure this and assign this to an employee and everything. So hope you are able to see my screen. Cool. So this is our KK homepage. Sorry, I have a very bad throat. I'm trying to manage this as much as I can. And if you go to time attend and attendance tracking, you will have all the attendance related things here. So here, if you click on tracking policy, you will redirect to the screen where you can set your tracking policy. So you will click on add tracking policy and give a name here. So let's say this can be November tracking policy. And description can be anything. And we're going to make this effective from 1st November. And this is again kind of important. You have to select from which day your week starts from. So usually this starts from Monday, but there are companies who goes with Sunday, and there are companies who work from Friday to Friday, or Thursday to Thursday. So this would be an important thing, because based on this your penalization is going to happen. And this is tracking policy month, the day starts from. So you will have the entire days here, and you can choose this from one, or there are companies who follow a different period for payroll. So most of the companies follow it from 26th to 25th. So we always suggest you to maintain the same for both payroll and tracking policy, so that your penalizations will be on track. Cool. So this is about the basic information. And then if you go to the first thing, so if you look at my screen, you will have 4 things here. So you will have an option to track your employees attendance on these 4 things: no attendance, late arrival, work hours, and missing swipes. So you can penalize your employees if they are not following this in the as per the company policy. So let's say it is no attendance. So here you will have, do you want system to automatically deduct leave when there is no attendance logged? Okay, so if you make this as no, nothing gonna happen. Even if employee doesn't have any attendance for the day, system will not penalize anything. So when I say employee doesn't have any attendance, employee did not do his biometric, employee did not do his mobile clock in, employee did not do his work from home on duty, and employee did not apply for the leave. So there is no attendance for particular employee for that day. So what should you do? So if you select no, do not let the system automatically deduct leave, system will ignore that. That will still be blank forever. And if you want to deduct leave automatically based on the rules defined, you will have number of rules here. So let's say deduct 1 day leave for every single day having no attendance. So this is straight 1 day. Or you can make this as 0.25, or you can make this as 0.5. So deduct half a day for every single day with no attendance. And then you will have this leave restrictions. So if you remember this, you will have same set of conditions in your leave configuration as well. So which means what will happen if employee doesn't have an attendance which is adjoining to a holiday. So you can define it here. So we'll have four options here. One is, so you're gonna deduct it as a leave if day with no attendance right before a holiday, or if day with no attendance is right after a holiday, or day with no attendance is before or after or in between a holiday, if holiday is between 2 days. So these are the four conditions. So let's say if I select this, so let's assume I do not have any attendance for today. Tomorrow is a holiday because it's Diwali. So if you want me to penalize for 2 days, because tomorrow is a holiday and I did not apply any leave for today, if you want to penalize it for 2 days, you should go with this option. If day with no attendance is right after a holiday, sorry, this one, right before a holiday. So let's say tomorrow is a Diwali and day after tomorrow, I do not have any attendance. If you want to penalize it, you need to go with this option. If it is either or, you should go with the last option. And this is about the holidays. Similarly, you will have it for a week off. So what if employee do not have any attendance after a week off, or before a week off, or in between a week off, or all of this? So you can select this for week off thing. And I guess we are going good. Cool. So yeah, this is again important thing I would say, because this is where you will choose what type of penalizations you want to do. So all penalties to be treated as unpaid leave, which is a loss of pay. So salary gonna be deducted from that employee payroll for that no attendance. And you can select how many days you're gonna give him a buffer period. So let's say this is 2 days and I do not have any attendance for today, which means I have tomorrow, day after tomorrow to come back and settle up that. I can apply leave, I can apply work from home, I can have my attendance for there for 2 days, next 2 days. If I do not have any attendance for the third day, then system will penalize one leave or half a day based on this setting after 2 days. Okay, so this is unpaid leave. And no, we do not want employee to lose his money, so we will deduct it from their paid leave balances. We have that option as well, where you can select this option, which means system will consider wherever he has more leave balances. So let's say I have paid leave and sick leave. I have four paid leave balances and two sick leave balances. System will directly deduct it from my paid leave. Or if you want to give a series here, so you can select it like this. So first sick, then paid, then floater. What happens here is system will first check if employee has sick leave balance. If yes, system will deduct 1 day from his leave balance. If he do not have any sick leave balance, then it considered paid leave. If we do not have any paid leave, then it considered floater leave. And if you want to change this, you can simply drag this like this. Okay, so this is about no attendance. Are we good? Do you have any queries? Yeah, so Sudha is here to help you with all your queries. You are free to ask us queries. We would love to help you all. So this is about no attendance. Similarly, we have late arrival. So how does the penalization happen in case of late arrival? Employee are penalized if they exceed allowed number of late coming incidents in a week or month. So you can set, as I said, you can give them a grace period. So let's say my grace period is 15 minutes and I can come for 2 times in a week late. Even if I am coming late after 2 days, then you can deduct 1 day leave for every 1 times of late arrival. So what happens here is, so my shift timing is from 9:30 to 6:30 and I can come until 9:45 every day because that's my grace time, 15 minutes. I can come until 9:45 every day. I have come at 9:50 one day and 10 o'clock one day, which means I have exceeded my 2 times of late arrival per week. If I'm coming third day again at 9:50, then system will penalize me 1 day leave because I have exceeded my grace time, I have exceeded my limit, and I'll be penalized 1 day leave for that late arrival. Or if you change this to month, similarly, my shift timing is 9:30 to 6:30. 15 minutes is my grace time. I can come until 9:45. I have come on no, 3rd of this month at 9:50, where I have consumed one of my limit. And then at the end of the month, I came at 9:50 again. 2 times is done. So I'll not be penalized anything because there are 2 times limit I can come late and I have used those two. If you make this as one, in this case, for the first time at the beginning of the month, I came late. So I'll not be penalized for that. If I'm coming late again at the end of the month, I'll be penalized 1 day, right? And we'll take another scenario. You do not have any grace time at all. And the employees are not allowed to come late at all. So what happens here is my shift timing is 9:30 to 6:30. I came at 9:31 on the first day. So system will directly penalize one leave from my leave balance. So this is how it works on the grace period and late arrival. And then you have another setting here where you can do this on cumulative hours. So penalization for cumulative hours of late coming is based on, you can select a day. You can select a day here. And if employee is late by, let's say 30 minutes a day, deduct 1 day. So when will this be helpful for the organizations is, so let's say, I'll give you a better example. So this is an example where if employee is late by 1 hour in a day, I can come 1 hour late, so there'll not be any penalization. There'll not be any deduction. If I'm coming 2 hours late a day, then half a day will be deducted because I'm late for 2 hours for that day. If I'm late by 3 hours, then management thinks there's no point of coming, so there'll be 1 day of deduction. So this is how it happens. So this is a grace period. You can do it on weekly and monthly basis. And here you do not have any grace period where you can directly deduct based on daily basis. Yeah. And then you have the restrictions here. What happens if employee is late, also exceeds cumulative hours on the same day? So we'll take the same example. employee is late by 60 minutes. Employee is late by 60 minutes, and so he has exceeded his grace time. Also, he has exceeded his, let's make this as 1 day. Also, he has exceeded his daily limit. So what system should consider? Ignore penalty for late arrival and apply penalty for cumulative. Ignore penalty for all these settings and apply leave for these settings, or apply penalty for both. So here he'll lose 1 day and here he'll lose 1 day. So total 2 days of leave deduction for 1 day late arrival. So we always suggest you to go with the first option. And here's another condition. Do you ignore late arrival penalization if employee completes gross working hours? So for example, there'll be many companies who give that privilege to employees. They can come late, but they have to finish off their work by spending their number of hours per day. So let's say we have 9 hours per day. I can come at let's say we have 10 hours per day. I can come at 11 o'clock, and I have to spend until 9 o'clock to complete my number of hours per day. So in that case, you can choose yes, ignore the late arrival penalization if employee works for desired 100% of effective hours or gross hours on a given day. If not, no penalization for late arrival happens irrespective of work hours completed. Right, and it's the same setting again where you want to choose whether you want to go with loss of pay or you want to go with paid leaves. Similarly, you will have an option to select the series. So this is about our late arrival tracking policy. Hope we are good. Cool. So this is about late arrival, and then we have work hours. So do you want to penalize for shortage of work hours? So every company will have their desired work hours per day or per week or per month. So we're gonna you can deduct employees if they're not reaching this number of work hours. So here you can choose whether you're gonna select it based on effective hours or gross hours. So the difference between effective and gross is gross includes the breaks, effective excludes the breaks. So let's say my shift timing is 9:30 to 6:30 and I have 1 hour break. So you should go with this option where system will consider my work hours as 9 hours. Sorry, 10 hours. If you go with effective hours, that excludes 1 hour break and my effective hours will be 9 hours. Based on this, the deduction happens. And here you can choose what would be the deduction period. Is it per day or per week or per month? So most of the companies will have this on weekly basis. So direct 1 day leave if employee is working less than 100%. So this is just an example. So if employee is not satisfying his 45 hours of work, so we'll go with process. If employee is not satisfying his 45 hours of work in a week, then system will deduct 1 day straight away. Or if you want to do this in a series, we can do that. So 0.5 is completing his 80%, let's say. And 1 day if employee is doing less than 90, and 1.5 a day if employee is working for less than 80%. So this is all percentage of shift hours. So what will happen is if I'm not working for 45 hours, so I have to complete my 45 hours per week. If I'm failing to complete it, I'm gonna have a deduction of 0.5 days. So I work for 90% of my workers. If it is less than 90%, I'm gonna deduct 1 day. If it is less than 80% of my workers, I'm gonna have a deduction of 1.5 day per week. This is on weekly basis. So here we have selected it as weekly. And if you want, you can go with a monthly, or if you want, you can go with daily as well. So this is the basic settings of the work hours. And similarly, you will have another condition here. Employees are penalized if there is a shortage of effective hours on any given day. So similarly, we have it for no attendance. We have this on daily basis. So let's say I'm not completing 100%. The system will not wait for complete week like this. System will then and there deduct a half a day on the day itself because I did not complete 100% of my shift hours. So this is on daily basis and this is on weekly basis. And then we have conditions here. What happens when there is a penalty to be applied for late coming incident on the same day? So let's say employee has come at 11 o'clock and he has left at 6:30. 9:30 to 6:30 is my shift. I came at 11 and I have left at 6:30. What should system do? Ignore penalty for late coming and apply because of gross hour shortage. So I have worked for some 7 hours or 8 hours. I have to complete 9 hours. I did not do that. So system will ignore the late penalizations and go with the gross hour shortage. It's vice versa. So it ignores the gross hour shortage, go with the late penalization. And this is for both, for the late coming and for the gross hour shortage. And so this is again the same thing. So consider gross hour of employee between shift start and end time only for purpose of tracking policy. So let's say I have some work. So 9:30 to 6:30 is my gross hours, and I'll come early morning in the 6, and I leave at some 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So if management thinks there is no point of employee coming at 6 o'clock and spending time with no work, you can select this option where the tracking policy starts if employee comes at, starts from shift start time and end time. So even if it is coming at 6 o'clock in the early morning, tracking policy considers from 9:30. So employee left at 4 o'clock, let's say. So 9:30 to 4 system will consider, and if it is shortage of workers, he'll be directly deducted a 1 day leave for that. So this is how this option works. And these are the same options again, the unpaid leave or the paid leave thing. So this is about the workers. I guess Sudha is trying hard to help you all. Thank you, Sudha. Cool. And this is missing swipe. So usually, usually people get confused between no attendance and missing swipe. As I said, no attendance is something where you do not have any attendance for that day. No punch, no on duty, no work from home, no leave applied, nothing. Whereas missing swipe means you have attendance, but you did not close the attendance cycle. So when I say close, once you punch in, you have to punch out to get the exact work hours or gross hours or effective hours, whatever it is. So if there is out missing, what should system do? So why missing swipe is needed is, so let's say if you are ignoring missing swipe, So if you think, employees can make mistakes, I mean, employee forget sometime, and you're not gonna do anything for missing swipe. I'm just telling you a live example which happens in many of the organizations. So you have leave deductions for no attendance, you have leave deductions for late arrival and work hours, but you do not have it for missing swipe. For example, I came late. My shift timing is 9:30 to 6:30. I came at 11 o'clock. And I know that if I'm leaving at 6 o'clock, there'll be penalization for my work hour shortage. So I'll just miss my swipe and I'll just leave the office, which means it's kind of a misusing the system. So missing swipes are very important, and we suggest to have missing swipes, not to misuse the system. So here, what do you want to do when the gross hours of the day fall short due to missing swipe? So I gave you the same example. Ignore gross hours calculation for missing clock swipe, okay? Or treat it as shortage of gross hours and penalize according to the workers, the previous thing. And you have another condition here. What do you want to do when the arrival time is calculated as late due to missing clock swiping? So this is again with respect to late arrival. So if you want to ignore late arrival, you can, or if you want to treat that as the workers, you can. And this is the actual thing. Do you want the system to deduct leave for days with missing swipe? If it is no, system will ignore all the missing swipe. If it is yes, you have to give the rules here. So let's say we're gonna deduct 1 day of missing swipe allowed, and now let's make this as 3 days in a month, right? So you being generous, you understand your employees, so you can give them 3 days of missing swipes is allowed in a month. And if it is exceeding 3 times, for every 1 day of missing swipe, you're gonna deduct 1 day, or deduct 1 day of leave missing which exceeds maximum allowed days, or ignore missing swipe rules when, let's say, gross hours of employee is greater than 100%. I'll explain you this. So for example, you have given 3 days in a month, employee can miss his swipe. Okay. So if I am doing it for the fourth time, so system will detect, uh, let's say I'll make this as 2 days. So I have missed my swipe for 3 days and I have missed it for fourth day. I'll not be penalized. I have missed it for fifth day, then I'll be penalized, because for 2 incidents after this, I'll be penalized for 1 day. Then again, I'll miss it for sixth time. I'll not get penalized. I'll do it for seventh time. For these 2 times, I'll be penalized again for 1 day. So after these 3 days, for every 2 incidents, 1 day will be penalized. Or you want to do it direct straight away, so you can choose this option where 1 day of leave if missing swipe exits this 3 days. Okay. Or if you feel that fine, if we have missing swipe as well, if employee is completing 100% of our grosses, we are fine with it. You can select this option where system will ignore missing swipes if he is satisfying your number of work hours. Okay, so this is how missing swipes work. So are we good so far? Any queries? You want me to explain something again? Cool. I guess we are all good. Yes. So this is how we create a tracking policy. So I'll just give you a glimpse of this. So tracking policy can be done from here, and you will have an option to track your employees attendance on no attendance, late arrival, work hours, and missing swipes. So I guess everybody will be clear on late arrivals, which is nothing but if your employee is coming late, you can set some rules and system will penalize or deduct leave accordingly. And work hours is also very simple. If you will have desired work hours per a week or per a month or per a day. So if employee is failing to satisfy those work hours, so system will penalize him a leave. And no attendance and missing swipe. So when I say no attendance, employee doesn't have any attendance at all. No punch, no work from home, no on duty, no applied leave. But in case of missing swipe, employee has come to office, he has punched in, but he has missed the punch out, or he has missed the punch out and he has punched in. So it's vice versa. So if any swipe is missing, then system will go with the missing swipe rules. And this we suggest you to go with Monday always, because most of us will start working from Mondays, and there are some industries or something where they'll week starts from Sunday. In those cases, you can do it from Sunday. And we always suggest you to go with the pay period days here. So let's say my pay period is from 26th to 25th of every month. So I suggest you to go with the same period so that there'll not be any gaps with the payroll thing and the attendance thing. So both will be on track. And we always suggest you to go with paid leave balance, because uh, that's a matter of employee satisfaction or employee motivation if it comes to his salary payment. So most of the companies don't want, most of the companies want their employee to be in discipline, but they don't want to deduct anything from their salary. So we observe this, and we suggest you to go with paid leave balances when you want to deduct any of these four things. And one more thing is, we suggest you to have a missing swipe policy in place so that uh, employees will not get an option to misuse the system. And of course, like, we want you to use this tracking policy effectively, so that in punctual point of view, or your workload point of view, so that gonna help your organization so much if tracking policy is in place, so that employees gonna stick to it and they're gonna work accordingly with an effective thing. So this is about the tracking policy. Right. Yeah, there's three. So we're gonna send you the recording of the session once this is done. Hi Deepthi, but Deepthi is asking, but the shift changes on daily basis. There is no fixed shift. Is this already taken care? Okay. Okay. So this is about tracking policy, and we're gonna see how a tracking policy allocation is gonna happen. So you will have something called tracking policy allocation, and you will select employees here and click on update tracking policy. Choose the tracking policy here. So this is something which we created just now. I'm going to update this, and I'll click on update tracking policy. So if you feel that, so let's say uh, Chetan has a tracking policy of no penalties. So let's say Chetan has got a promotion and he has been in a management level now, and you don't want to assign him any tracking policy. So you can click on update tracking policy and click this option, employees are no longer part of any tracking policy, and update, which means Chetan will not have any tracking policy, and this shows us not available. So we suggest this for all the top management people, because they have that privilege of taking care of their own things, and we don't need a system for regulating all that. So this is about tracking policy and tracking policy allocation. And as you can see here, you can do this in bulk as well. So there's no restrictions here. You can do this on bulk, click on update tracking policy, select the tracking policy and update it. Right. So I guess we are all clear. If you have any queries, we are here to help you. If employee comes in change shift, it is shown penalty, especially on second and third shift. Uh, Sorry, Kanchan, we did not get it. If employee come in change shift, it is shown penalty, especially second and third shift. Sorry, can you please elaborate it, Kanchan? Thank you so much, Shiva Prasad. Sure, Prabha. So we'll be sharing everybody the recording links, so you can go through the complete recording session. Thank you, Sonali. Yes, Monica. So penalization works for both remote and web clock-in. I wanted to confirm one thing here. So remote clock-in and the web clock-in doesn't have link in between. So if employee is doing the web clock-in, he has to close it through web clock-in. Similarly, if employee is doing a remote clock-in, he has to close it through remote clock-in. Thank you, Sonali. Sure, Sandeep. Will be definitely sharing you the recording. You will get that. Thank you, Shravanti. Thank you, Hemant. Hello, Sangeeta. Yes, we are doing it, module by module. Yes, in the near future, we want to cover the performance module as well. We'll definitely do that, Sangeeta. Suman is asking if an employee has second and third Saturday off, but he takes work on second Saturday and takes leave on fourth Saturday, then how to do that settings? Okay, so that will still show as week off on the third Saturday. Since he is assigned with second and third Saturday, you will have to change the settings to second and fourth for that particular week, Suman. Sure, Srikant will definitely share you the recording. Basir, we do not have desktop application. I guess you are referring to. We do not have any desktop application. So far this is completely based on the usual thing. So we do not have any desktop application, Basir. Hello, Nitin. Yes, we want to do this on a frequent basis. So moving forward, you will have this webinar sessions happening every Thursday, and we will be coming up with the different modules based on the most customer asked for it. So if you have any suggestions or preferences, you can share us. We'll definitely consider it, and whichever is asked by most of the customers will come with those modules with the webinar. Sure, Sonali, we're gonna do it on biometric integration as well. Yes, Vina, you will get it very soon. So once the session has been done, once the recording is ready, you will get it, Vina. Yes, Bashir. So we have mobile app for the Keka mobile app. You can download it from the Play Store and iOS stores. Priyanka, you're asking something related to attendance capture scheme. We would love to help you, but since this is about tracking policy, we would request you to drop in a mail so that we'll definitely help you on this capture scheme queries, Priyanka. Yes, Kanchan. So you will have a number of reports for it. I guess it would be easy if I show you the reports. I'll definitely help you with that. Hope you're all able to see my screen. Okay. So here in the time attendance reports, you will have number of reports related to leave and attendance. And in the attendance reports, if you scroll down, you will have something called negligence reports, which is exclusively on this tracking policy things. You will have no shows within, which is nothing but the no attendance, late comers, early leavers, missing swipe, frequent breaks. So this is completely on the tracking policy things. So you can view this if you need any reports, everybody. Right. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you, Ishita. Thank you so much. Yes, Sonali. So we're gonna come up with biometric integration as well in the coming weeks. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you. Yes, Sangeeta, you have to know change the shifts if there is any change in the shift. If not, system will not know. So, I mean, there should be a way where you should tell the system that employee is coming in a different week offs or different shifts. So, you have to make the changes, or reporting managers also will have this option to make changes to their shifts and week offs. They'll also be able to change it. So Suman, can we include Saturday flexibility working schedule in the system so that end of month we track any two working Saturdays for employees. I think that would be a bit hectic, Suman. Yes, you can do that, but that would be really hectic. So you want to keep tracking all the reports and everything at the end of the month. So I know all the HRs will be busy with their payrolls at the end of the month, and this would be an additional task for you, Suman. Thank you, Veena. Thank you, Sonali. Sure, Kanchan will definitely share you the recording. No, Mazhar, we did not revert any update. That should work as it is. We did not revert any updates. Yes, Veena, you have a report on total leaves. You will find it in time button and reports. Yes, Veena, you will have a complete academic year leave report in time button and leaves under leave reports. Hi, Payal. How can we assign comp off to employees for overtime? How can we assign comp off to employees for overtime? Okay, so you want to change their comp offs into overtime. Yes, so we have something called overtime policy where you can set all these pile. So you can write us at support@keiko.com. Somebody from team will come and help you on this by taking a demo or something. Pile will definitely help you on that. Yes, Pile. Hello, Kanchan. So Kanchan, it seems like we'll have to discuss this in person because this is it would be more effective if we get on a call and we'll be explaining you by showing our screen, sharing our screen. That would be more effective, I guess. Kanchan, please write us at support@keiko.com. Somebody from team will definitely reach you and will answer all your queries with a half an hour or 1 hour exclusive session. Sure, sure, Kanchan. So, employees are working from home nowadays, and tracking is difficult. Yes, Payal. Yes, everybody is facing this, including you know many big organizations. So, okay, sure, Payal. So I got you. So we can do one thing. You can write us with your policy, the latest policy, so that we can schedule a call. We'll take you through the screens. We'll tell you the pros and cons of that policy, and we'll guide you. If there are any changes, and we can make the updated policy live in the system, Pile. Sure, Pile. Thank you. So, any other queries? Are we good? So as I said, we're going to come up with the similar kind of webinar sessions every Thursday. So we just need your suggestions as well. Like if you have any suggestions on particular modules, please write us. We'll consider, and we're gonna give priority to the modules which has been asked by most of our customers, and we'll have a pipeline and we'll come up with the webinars every Thursday. And Sudha has been trying very hard from past 1 hour, helping with all of your queries. Thank you so much, Sudha. And yes, that's it for today, everybody. And we'll meet you on next Thursday. Thank you so much. Happy Diwali. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, Raji. Thank you, Anupam. Thank you, Manjar. Thank you, Keshav. Thank you, Rahanish. Thank you, Manjar. Thank you, Vinod. Thank you, Kanchan, Shivkumar, Sonali. Thank you, Devashri, Shivkumar. Uh, Rohila, we are running out of time actually. This gonna end in next 2 minutes. So we would request you to write us the queries if you have. Rohila will definitely look into it and will definitely help you with that. Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding, Rohila. Thank you. Fine then. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.